Okay, so I want to make a little video for y'all. It's been kind of long in the making. So I officially made 10K dropshipping. So like a little bit of background on me. I think I don't know. I'm not sure if it's 6 months in now. I think it's 5 months. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So we're about basically like we're 5 months in dropshipping. No. We're six months in. Yeah. Because I started in January, right? So we're 6 months into dropshipping. And I'm officially at the 10K mark. So far, it has been a crazy journey, bro. So I would just break down my journey and some of the things that I noticed that kind of, hindered me and helped me as well. Because it's a lot of different things to think about when you're doing dropshipping. Because honestly, I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. Like, it's not easy, bro. Like, I came into this thinking it was easier than what it actually turned out to be. But obviously, I'm not gonna say I found success, because I wouldn't call this a success. I would just call this really progress. But so, where do we start? Okay, so like I said, I started in January, and I ran, I think I ran 5 different stores before I got my first sale, and it was crazy, bro. Like I vividly remember this, bro, because I was in the gym, I was doing a squat, right, mid squat, went down, pause, and I heard that first cha-ching, and after that, it's just been, I was just like, wow. I was like, what? You feel me? Like, I really made this store and I really got a sale. I was just like, I was so surprised. And at this point, I generally don't even remember the product. Oh, no. I do remember the product. This was, I'm not going to leak it, but this was during Valentine's Day. So, obviously it was a seasonal product. So that kind of helped my odds, because, I'll be honest, my ads weren't the best. It was just rips or whatever. And my site wasn't the best because, I'm new at this. Like, it was a basic, like, I don't know, it's like just a basic site, not nothing ugly, but not nothing crazy at the same time, So, like I said, we got the first sale, and I think that was at the end of January to February, something around that range. So I was excited, I was lit, and basically I ended up running that product up to 1K. And the funny thing about that is when I got to the first 1K, I actually didn't make any profit on it. I think I broke even or lost a little bit of money on that first 1K, but I wasn't tripping, because I'm like, bro, I made $1,000 and I didn't even touch the product. I was like, bro, like, I genuinely did not care. So after that, bam, we knocked 1,000 down. Obviously we didn't make any money on it, but it was like, it was cool. You feel me? Like, actually making some money online, getting my stuff, for me, like training wheels, whatever. So a couple months run by. After that initial product, right? So I ran 2 other stores after that, and the crazy thing is, right, those stores got 0 sales, bro. Like, generally they got 0 sales. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if I went back now and ran them, they obviously do better. But at the spot I was in, it really, it wouldn't have made sense to get sales, because I thought I knew what I was doing, because I ran a seasonal product and I got $1,000 on sales, when obviously seasonal products, they're more likely to sell because people have that push to buy. You feel me? Like, you're not the one that's pushing them. It's like the like, how do I put it? Like, the seasons and the holidays are what push people to actually buy. So I didn't even need to do anything. They were just already enticed to buy because they knew what holiday was coming up. So that's why Q4 is going to be so crazy for me this year, because like, I understand now that holidays are insane, bro. Like, I did 1K on my 5th product in the dropshipping, and I knew nothing. Like, I generally was just running rips. I knew 0, bro. Like, I can make a basic site and that's about it. You feel me? So I promise you, this Q4 we're gonna go crazy. So next thing, right? So after I did that first 1K, I ran two more stores, 2 more products, and those ones actually flopped, right? I got 0 sales on those, and I was down a bit more money, right? So obviously, like I said, I ran 5 stores until I actually got my first sale. So obviously I did lose a bit of money at the beginning, and once I got that first sale, I kind of stayed like steady. But these 2 stores definitely, like, I took a big hit on them. Not a big hit, but you feel me? Like, it wasn't the best. And yeah, it sucked. I was like, all right, it's whatever. After that, that's when I found my, I think, 8th. I mean, I'm just doing the math in my head, whatever. But yeah, that was my 8th store, right? So 8th store, 8th product. That that one was a really good one, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it being. That one was one of my favorite ones to this day, because after I got that quick little pop with the seasonal store, I was like, okay, I need to lock in, bro, because like obviously, this stuff works. You feel me? So obviously I need to lock in. I need to learn more, and that's kind of what I was doing, right? So during that 8th product, I was like, okay, this time I don't want to run a seasonal product. I want to run a evergreen product. Like I want a brand. You feel me? So like I want something that can last long term, year round. So that's what I did, right? And this product, I'm pretty sure at the time, right? At the time, I rented up to 3K, and then, well, first I'll break it down like this, right? So I rented that product up to 1K first, right? And then after I hit 1K, oh my gosh, let me think what happened. After I hit 1K, when I hit 1K, that's when I found like an actual winning ad, and that ad is what pushed me up to 3K. And when I hit, like, after I found that winning ad, like, it was ripping, bro. Like, this was my first time actually having a profitable ad. Like, because all my other ads, they were, like, break even, maybe a little bit. Like, this was, like, chef's kiss, bro. Like, I don't know. It was a rip, too. I just got it off of Calidata, and I ran it, and it was printing, But, so, yeah, I had that ad, and I ran that one up to 3K, right? And mind you, at this time, I had my job, because, I need something to fund it. Just breaking out too, I started with 2K. That's what I started with. But whatever. So yeah, bro. After, bro, we ran it up to 3K. But the worst possible thing happened to me, bro. So after I ran it up to 3K, before the worst thing happened, right? This is what I realized, right? MRR, monthly recurring revenue, right? That's the thing. That was the key. Everybody has, certain switches, right? For me, at this point, the switch that really propelled my growth is MRR, right? So I added a subscription to my store, so I started getting subscription sales, right? So every sale was a subscription, so I was getting that money every single month, bro. Like I was just like, what, bro? And so I ran the store up to 1,300 in MRR, right? Monthly recurring revenue. And I was on top of the world, bro. I was like, yes, bro, I'm really doing this, bro. Like, because mind you, at the time, I was making $800 a month for my job, right? So getting 1,300 from a dropshipping store when I'm only making 800 at a normal 9-to-5 job, working every day basically, was just crazy, bro. It was insane. But like I said, the worst thing happened, bro. So basically, I got my store shut. No, not my store. My ad account. Going more in depth, like, it was my actual Facebook account that got shut down. But at the time, I thought it was my ad account that got shut down. So bam, they got my account, and I was like, bro, like I'm cooked, bro. Like I generally have no idea what to do, and it took me. I was out for like a couple weeks, bro, because I generally had no idea what to do, bro. I wasn't getting no more sales coming in. I just had that little bit of MRR sitting there, and it was just like, dang, like, what's the move, bro? Like, I don't know. It was so bad, bro. Like I was just. It wasn't like I was super sad. I was more stuck, because like I generally had no idea what to do, because like I said, like when I started this, bro, I generally I don't have a mentor, bro. Like it was just me and YouTube, bro. So I really was just trying to figure out what to do, bro. I watched a lot of videos, and nothing really clicked. So I was just like, I don't know. So I just took a minute, took a little break, and so following up to the big unlock for me, right? So couple weeks, I think it was like a month went by, right, without me doing anything. And then what I did basically, right, one day I was just watching a video, and because I was just like, I'm gonna try to get back into my account. Like I'm gonna try to do something, bro, because I need my ad account back. Because originally my idea was I was trying to make a new ad account, but then I realized that my pixel was still on the old store. And I was just like, bro, this is so annoying. So I'm gonna try to do it myself. I'm gonna try to get back in. It's just try, at least, So I tried before, but I'm like, I'm gonna just try again, because this means that much to me. Like, this is my stuff, you feel me? So I watched a video. I think it was by, like, what's his name? Digital Aaron, funny. Like, shout out to you, bro. I watched a video by Aaron, and he was he went into his account, right? But he had an Instagram page connected to it, and he logged in from the Instagram page, and then he got back into his account. I'm like, you know what, let me try this, right? So I tried it, and I did actually get back into my account, and I was just like, bro, like this is it, bro. Like, I'm back into my account. And then, you know, this time I added like 3 Instagram accounts to my ad account just because I don't want this to happen again. You know, it generally may happen again. It's likely it will, but you know, I'm a little bit smarter now, so I know, you know, what I should do, what I shouldn't do, and just kind of how to, you know, save my account, right? So we got back into the account, and this time what I did, because I don't know what happened, but they actually took away my winning ad, right? So my store, I had my store, but I didn't have my winning ad. So I'm like, bro, we're just gonna make a new store, right? So we made one new store. That one failed. Made another store after that, and that's the one that we're on now. And it's so funny the way that I made it, bro. Because one time, like, I just break it down for you. I was just irritated one night. I was like, bro, I'm gonna just make a store, bro. So I made the store in one night. Literally one night. I found the product. I made the store. I made the ads. Launched it all in one night, bro. I made it all in one night. Day one test, I did like $100. I was like, bro, this is it, bro. Like, and this is like, I was just like, what, one day? So that's how you, like, generally, bro, like, if you understand the skills, bro, this stuff, I'm not gonna say it's easy by no means, but it's definitely easier once you get the skills done. You feel me? So I made this store in one night, ran my ads. Day one test, got like $100. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep running this product. We ran it up to like couple thousand, and obviously this time I already knew about monthly reoccurring revenue. So off day one rip, right? Day one I started this store, I had subscriptions on it because I knew, like, in my mind, subscriptions change lives, bro. Like, genuinely. So I knew, okay, I'm running this as a MRR store once I started it. And you feel me? We ran it up to, what we get it to, like, I guess right now, as we're sitting, because, you know, this is my current store, because I'll get back to it, but right now we're sitting at, like, we peaked at like 1,600 in MRR, and we still had the other store, but the other store was down, so I wasn't even worried about that. So, like, I forgot all about that, right? So this new store, we had 1,600 in MRR, and we had about, you know, 2 to like 2K in sales, right? So, you know, it was solid, you feel me? So after that, what happened was, I was like, bro, I need to double down on this, right? Because my ads weren't doing the best, right? They're like, to this day, they're not doing the best, bro, because, you know, I get into that. But, you know, I just kept pushing and pushing. And the thing is, it's kind of weird, right? The ad account is stuck at the same MRR, but as it stands right now, we got like 4K in sales on that store. And now that I got the money, like, I got the subscription money from that store, what I did was I went back to the very original store, right? Because I managed to get back into it, but I didn't have the ads for it. So what I did, right, I took the store and I changed products on it, but I kept the same pixel, because one thing, you know, like, if you're really into e-com, right, you understand this, like, pixels matter, bro. Like, pixels have your sales, they have who actually buys from the store. So, you know, it's good to have a store with the already warmed up pixel to run a new product on it, because you already have previous data on who buys, so it's a little bit easier for you, right? So I did that, right, and I switched products, and the new product is actually ripping, right? It's doing pretty good. And I because obviously, you know, I wasn't running the store for about 3 months, so the subscriptions dropped from like 1,300 all the way to 400, and that's a crazy drop. I'm not gonna lie, but I ran the subscriptions up from 400 to, we're at like 890 right now, so we're close to 1,000. So we're kind of combining the 890 plus the 1,600 on the other store, and we're kind of at where we are now. So we're at about 2.3K a month. Obviously, okay, the math may not add up, but that's what it is for me right now. So excuse my math, but that's really what it's been looking like. It's at like around 2.3 a month, and it's insane, bro. Like, you know, and then obviously, like I said, I don't know if y'all seen my other videos. I got fired from my job. I dropped out of school. When I say dropped out of school, right, I dropped out of college. I finished high school, but, you know, and that's how we are today, bro. And then obviously, you know, my money just started, like, my monthly reoccurring revenue just started compounding, and that's kind of how we ended up hitting over 10K in sales. Like I said, bro, oh my god, excuse that noise, bro. I'm sorry, bro. We're in this hotel lobby, bro. Cause like I said, we're doing a little trip, bro. We're going like a little cruise or something like that. But yeah, bro, that's kind of how we ended up hitting over 10K in sales, bro, in 6 months. At 18, by the way, feel me? So like I said, bro, if you're trying to get into dropshipping, you're trying to get into ecom, bro, it's generally possible, but you got to realize that this stuff is not going to be easy. You got to really stick to it. Like I said, it took me 5 products before I got my first sale, and obviously I spent money on ads for those products, so I was losing money at the time. And I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna just say this right. This month right here, whatever, I don't even know what month this is right now. We're in like June, right? This month of June, this is going to be my first profitable month dropshipping. I'm gonna just be completely honest with y'all. This is my first month I will be profitable, and I'm fine with that, bro, because it takes compounding to get to this level, bro. Like, I'm not even at a level, bro. Like, I feel like I'm a noob, bro. But it takes compounding to even get to this point where, you know, you can make a profit, bro. Like, you have to go through the trenches. I still feel like I'm in the trenches, bro, but you got to realize that it's okay, bro. Just keep going. You feel me? And then one thing too, bro, like, don't be scared to try different stuff. Like, try different ad formats, stuff like that. You know, just test what works for you, and then try to double down on that. You know, so. Also, at the same time, also, this is a good one, right? Don't be scared to rip ads, bro. Just do Kalo data to get your first sales, to test your products. So many people be dissing it, bro, but like, it is genuinely the easiest. Like, it is the easiest stuff you're taking a winning ad from TikTok and bringing it over to Facebook. Why wouldn't it work? You feel me? Obviously, there's a little bit other stuff, but at the premise, you know, if you don't know what you're doing in ecom, bro, and you're just trying to make, you know, just get started. You feel me? Just to get started a little bit. You feel me? Just rip some ads, test them out, and then, you know, try to go from there. That's just my recommendation for y'all. But like I said, bro, you can really do this, bro. It's not impossible, bro. You just have to put down, like a lot of people that be contemplating. You just gotta do it. Put in the reps, put in the work, and you feel me? It'll start paying off eventually, bro. But like I said, just a little, I don't know, it's not really a little bit, it's like 16 minutes, 17, but I don't know, bro. I really appreciate you guys. If you did watch all the way through, hear out my little story, whatever, be like, black shirt. You feel me? Just say black shirt in the comments, just so I really know that you guys actually watched all the way through. And, you know, now I'm just not yapping for no reason, bro. But like I said, I really appreciate you guys for coming this far. Like I said, bro, it's all about the grind, it's all about the journey. If you guys did like it, you know, like the video, share it out. And yeah, bro, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.